Duncan speaking. I'm the president of the American Society for Bone and Mineral Research, and I'm talking today with Professor Joseph Staines, who's the chairperson of this year's annual scientific meeting. Welcome, Joe.
Thanks, Emma.
So today we thought we'd just share 3 highlights of our meeting: the debates, in plural, our 2 invited speakers, the Gerald Elbach lecturer and the Louis V. Alveoli lecturer, and our 3 special bedside to bench to bedside to bench, etc., virtuous circle sessions. So perhaps we could start with our debates, because this year we have 2. So we have our usual ASBMR ECTS clinical debate, which is that this House believes that a T-score threshold of -2.5 should remain as the standard criterion for managing osteoporosis. So that's what we're going to debate clinically. What are we going to debate from a basic perspective, Joe?
So we're partnering with the Orthopedic Research Society this year to debate the effects of mechanical loading on bone is primarily mediated by the osteocyte.
All right. So I'm hoping that that's going to be really complementing one of our bench to bedside to bench to bedside sort of sessions. So I know I'm saying this out of order now, but we've got 3 special sessions this year.
Yeah, these sessions really were our big swing at high impact translational sessions, where we'd have both our clinician members and our basic science mentors in the same room. And these sessions include muscle, bone, and exercise, as well as incretins and musculoskeletal health, and then translating genomic discoveries into meaningful clinical outcomes.
So I'm really hoping that those will have broad interest for the Society, and I'm particularly thrilled that one of my long-term colleagues and friends, who's now the CEO of the Jackson Laboratories, is going to come down and speak at our last session, as well as 2 other completely outstanding speakers in that session. So you're going to have to come along and see who everybody is on the day. And then the last thing just to highlight today was our 2 very special invited lecturers. So we have Professor Stephen McCarroll, who's the Dorothy and Milton Flyer Professor of Biomedical Science and Genetics at Harvard Medical School and the Director of Genomic Neurobiology at the Stanley Center for Psychiatric Research at the Broad at the MIT and at Harvard. So I'm really looking forward to hearing Steve, who's really taken a disease from its really understanding the genetics and genomics of this disease, along the way developing entirely new techniques and sequencing, and then bringing that full circle to be able to take things into treatment, really exemplifying how to dissect a disease right the way from understanding basic mechanisms through to developing therapeutics. Our second speaker, Michael Collins, who's a senior clinical advisor from the NIH and a senior investigator in the skeletal disorders and mineral homeostasis section at NIH NIDCR. He's going to speak on calcium and phosphorus physiology, translating findings to the clinic, which again is a real celebration of the investigation of rare bone diseases and bringing that through to therapeutic innovations. And I'm hoping very much that that's going to be a session that many of our patient partners and other public partners may be able to attend as a real translational celebration of what we can achieve through bone and mineral research.
Yeah, I'm incredibly excited about these sessions. So I think it's going to be a fantastic meeting.
Me too. Thank you very much, Joe.
Thank you, Emma.
Second speaker.